So far, our upside projections are working out as per expected with little deviation. The daily time frame is starting to show signs of aggressive expansion, and when paired with momentum, a direction bias is provided. In this case, this is an upside bias. Welcome back to the channel on this Hump Day Wednesday. This is ARCa, and let's dive into ticker symbol TTOO. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. Let's go ahead and dive in to ticker symbol TTOO. And what you're observing here is actually the daily time frame. And I want you to go ahead and notice here that the first target, of course, we already met that price objective, right? So that was to 31.99 price action in that first day after the analysis came up to a high of 32.20. We are currently sitting at 31 at market close. And after hours close came up to 31.50, right? So very, very bullish times coming out of TTOO. The next targets apparently are showing here by this crazy triangle, right? The falling wedge, right? So yeah, that next target would be implied to be at 41.27, or the space between 40.42 and 43.96. Now we do have some shorter time frame targets to kind of look out for first, right? So I would like for you to kind of keep that in the back of your mind that obviously, this thing has the thrust to really make an upside here of a crazy proportion, right? I know tomorrow is the preliminary earnings. Wow, can't speak English right now, right? So yeah, I think tomorrow was the preliminary earnings. So I am curious to see what price action is going to be like, right? So, I mean, with that said, let's just move on here to the next chart and find out what that could actually lead to, right? So first of all, I want to focus on here the standard deviation, right? So, which is calculated from the, did I put a space in there? Deviation, right? So calculated from the upside thrust, aka the mean of 39.25% to the upside. The standard deviation, which is the from a standard bell curve, that would be where 68% of the results land, right? So of probabilities, right? So it would be within this zone here, right? So that is leading to a target of about 37.47%. Now, what I want you to notice here is that 37.47% from the opening of the signal itself is leading to a target of about 39.43. Now, that 39.43 does make some sense because of the following, right? So 39.43, please notice right over here that it would be just upside of the technical breakout top side of this triangle here. But what I could do is that I believe that I can get actually a little tighter to that, right? So the 8-hour time frame is showing 36.04 in the Gaussian bands. Let's see the daily time frame. We're going to start. There we go. I think. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. So there it is right there. The Gaussian bands on the daily time frame showing 39.13 to the top side of the resistance here, right? And we are already closing some. Well, actually, this is the first daily closure upside of the mean band. So this is actually looking very powerful. We have a little bit of resistance coming up at about 32.07 due to the SMA 50 on the daily, but something tells me that we're about to succeed the upside of that SMA 50. And another thing to observe here is that we are very close to getting a silver cross here, right? So let's just take a look at that. Okay, 4-hour time frame. Just yesterday, we ended up getting that silver cross. Very nicely done. And now the 6-hour time frame today, we got the silver cross. And actually, we printed the first candle outside of the SMA 100. Very, very powerful things here. 8-hour time frame silver cross is coming up as well. And as you can see here, we're resisting from the SMA 100 on the 8-hour time frame. Not only that is that, yes, we've actually closed the first 8-hour candle upside of the mean band from the 8-hour Gaussian bands too. And this is the first clean breakout here from the mean band. We're closing now the first 12-hour candle without any exposure to the, to the under part of that mean band. and still resisting from the SMA 100, right? So the 12-hour time frame is suggesting a 3588, or let me see, actually, 3581 target, which is very confluent to this triangle breakout target at 3518, right? So, and then from there we have the daily time frame. Just to remind you, right, the daily time frame top side at 3913, when we actually have the statistical target at 3943. So everything is kind of rhyming very much so, and there is a probability that we can actually reach that topside target even into tomorrow, which would be absolutely amazing, right? So now the reason why I have this the reason why I have these targets here is because this is one of the biggest data sets that I've actually ran, and it was done for TTOO, right? So this is a daily time frame volatility versus momentum backtest, and the criteria is anytime that volatility has contracted from the critical expansion zone paired with an upside pivot on stochastic momentum. I have taken note of every single time that it has happened, right? So including the upside thrust, the duration, and the times that volatility versus momentum have gotten the upside correct versus incorrect, right? So that for the standard deviation, at least in this case, you're looking at a total 38 iterations, 34 of which were guessed correctly to the upside, giving us an upside accuracy of about 89.47%. So we have 89.47% chances that we are able to hit that 3943 coming into tomorrow, right? So let's just go ahead and see if that is the case. Anything can happen in the markets. Remember, these are statistics, not certainties. They are certainly there for us to observe the price action, right? So let's go ahead and take it day by day here, but I know that tomorrow is a critical day. So in the event where we get some massive pump, we have targets upwards of, first of all, here at the 1.272 at 38.86, which would actually be in practice, or actually in historical price action, it would be 39.85. So, that 39 target just seems to rhyme a lot, right? So other than that, a 1.618 located right at 47.58, but actually it would be the top side of this candle here, so it would be 47, right? So very, very close to a lot of areas, a lot of rhyming targets here, right? Loss of confluence. And so now remember here, team, we're currently sitting here at about, 30, let's see, high is 32.20 was the high of this bi-hourly candle, right? So we and with a 31.50 close, there is a probability here that we can start touching down on that 34.08 to 35.21 into tomorrow. And of course, we have upper targets and all that stuff. But yeah, as long as we do have some positive sentiment, then everything would look good. And as you can see here, this is the SPY, right? The S&P 500 on the 12-hour time frame versus TTOO. And there is clearly some rhyming to the price action, right? So that means that TTOO essentially running in sympathy to the broader markets, right? Which is typical for a lot of tickers to do. No problems there, right, team? So I just want to go ahead and remind everybody here, now that I have you at about 8 minutes, more of the serious listeners that are at around this time frame here, right? So I just want to go ahead and remind you that I have opened up 30 seats for the ARC Masters Trading course, right? So this is actually a 16-week mentorship, right? So if you do feel like you would like to be a part of this, go ahead and reach out to me before those seats are taken. So I think I have about 16 or 17 seats taken in a week after I announced it, right? So it is kind of coming into a completion pretty soon. So arcmasterscourse@gmail.com. Please go ahead and get in touch with me there, and we will I will pass you the syllabus disclaimer and the entire detail. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the last chart, and that would be the RSI. So let's observe momentum here. So 30-minute time frame is still suggesting an upside pivot, very convincing on that SMA 14 represented by this pink line. The RSI signal is not as convincing, but it is approaching the gravitational zone of the bull strength percentile. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Bi-hourly time frame, definitely convincing upside pivot. We have used now the SMA 14 as a support bounce, and we have completed that and are suggesting a continuation to the upside in the immediate short term. 6-hour time frame also with an upside pivot, and using that SMA 14 as a support as well, alongside the gravitational zone from the bull weakness percentile. Still with this upside pivot approaching the gravitational zone here, very likely for this to continue to the upside. It looks like we could have a little bit of a pullback in the 8-hour time frame, and the reason why I say that is because it is approaching, or it is well within the gravitational zone here of the bull strength percentile. This it may not actually get it, right? It's kind of a phantom resistance there, because not everybody knows about these gravitational zones, but it is what it is because of human behavior, right? So there is a chance here that we may be able to get a pullback into the mid-session, maybe later on in the session tomorrow. And 12-hour time frame does have an upside pivot outside of that danger zone, so it is pretty good. SMA 14 still pivoted towards the upside too. Look at this daily time frame getting very close to that gravitational zone, and seeing that the price action did continue to the upside even in the after hours. This daily time frame at market open will receive that data, and it'll be reactive to what happened after hours, which will likely push this to the gravitational zone, which means that it would likely get pulled to the upside and help us with a continuation to the upside even into tomorrow, maybe into Thursday and Friday as well, right? So yeah, please notice here, 3-day time frame making a bullish crossover upside of that SMA 14. As soon as this gets the read over what happened in the after hours, right, with that little bit of a pump to the upside, very likely for this RSI signal to have then succeeded the upside of the SMA 14 greater than presently. So now the 5-day time frame is using the SMA 14 as a support. It is currently in the gravitational zone here, which means that it could face a pullback. But if it does face a pullback, this is the 5-day time frame, so this would be days and days and days ahead, right? So if we are facing a potential pullback here, then that would be after an upside continuation and facing some type of resistance. In this case, it may actually be I actually think we could use it maybe on this chart here. Yeah, I guess it would be maybe within the targets of the 39 or 40 cent zone to the 2.618 geometric mean, right? So yeah, that would be where I would be looking things for. Yeah, this is where I had the email. Sorry about that, team. Yeah, just go ahead and get in touch with me there if you are interested in taking my course, and we'll go ahead and speak to you about the mentorship program. But yes, team, I think everything is looking pretty good so far. Definitely getting the upside targets meeting just like the way we spoke of, and the statistics are playing as per expected, as they should, right? So please remember, they are just certainties. I'm sorry, they are not certainties, right? They're just probabilities. All right, team. So please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Never, 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 never. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, I wish you well, a very, very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios. Yeah.